Hello everyone, this is Liam Corner of Team Generations YouTubers, Team Captain again. Today I have a modified variant of the Performapal Odd Eyes Magician deck. This is actually more Performapal than Odd Eyes Magician because it's Performapal Odd Eyes without Magician because it's actually, there's only 4 Magician cards in the entire deck this time, believe it or not. And those are 2 Dragon Pit and 2 Dragon Pulse. So the only 4 Magician cards in the entire deck, surprisingly. So let's get into this deck, and I'll show you some interesting choices I made. I run 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum in this build. This is Odd Eyes based for Performapals actually, so it is a little different from most Performapal builds that people still run for pure Performapal. It's a little different. But it's mostly Performapal, surprisingly, so it is a very interesting build. Different, but also very, very powerful still. And it also seems to be consistent for it. Even though it's like a little different, it's very consistent still. I run the 3 Silver Claw that Performapals would run. 3 of him. The 3 Salutiger that the Performapals run. To search out your other pendulums for Performapals. And of course 3 Friend Donkey, your level 3 resummon and summoner from hand. You run 3 Help Princesses, of course, because she basically allows you to summon on the summon of another one. Summon of another Performapal other than herself. So it gets you into rank 4 plays very easily. I run 2 Guitardles. So they're basically for draw power, and I am looking to get a rank 1 play into the deck just for some interesting plays. So I am going to be running a rank 1 card in this deck. I have an interesting thought for the deck. I'm going to be running rank 1 in. With him and Raingoat. If I can get the card, I'll be putting Raingoat in. For something I have an idea for, but I need to get Raingoat, and then this card will be put in with Raingoat. Basically to play Lionheart, number 54. I have an interesting idea with that. Of course I need to get Lionheart, and then I'll be putting 2 Raingoat, and keep these 2, and I'll be playing a few combos with that to make a really nasty extra idea for it. The 2 Lizard Draw are in the deck, of course. Like I said earlier, 2 Dragon Pit and 2 Dragon Pulse. And on to our other 2 monsters are Odd Eyes Saber. That is the last of our 2-Os. So now, moving this back a bit, let's go on to our 1-Os. 1 Monkey Board, of course. He's limited, so you have to have 1 or less, so you can't have more than 1. He usually searches out this guy, Skull Crobat Joker, of course. He's your Stratus of the deck. Searches out anything from Magician, Odd Eyes, or Performapal when he's summoned. We're going to be your scale of 8 in the air pendulum zone with this guy, so it becomes 1 to 8 if you want to, but that's usually your scales with these 2, and then if you need to, you can Spring Goose these 2 together, which I do run a Spring Goose as one of the next few cards. That's a fun combo there. And here's the guy I'm talking about. What about Spring Goose? You banish this guy from the graveyard. Target 2 cards on the field of Performapal pendulums, or pendulum monsters, and or in your monster zones, and or Performapal or Magician pendulum monster cards in your pendulum zone, and return them to your hand. So basically, you target this one in your zone and this one on your field, and you bounce them in your hand, and then put this one in your zone again. Activate it, search out another card, and then use this ability, and activate it as a pendulum scale, or search again if you want. But you usually do it not search again because you can only do that. You want to have the scale too, not just searching, because you need setup right. Run 1 Elefhammer and 1 Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon. That's your 1-Os in the deck. And onto your spells, you run 3 Performance Hurricane, This is basically a mass removal spell card. It lets you bounce cards on your opponent's side of the field equal to the number of Performapals you have on your side of the field, monster-wise. Very good card in this deck, because you usually have a lot of Performapals on the field with the effects of Pendulum and you usually go Friend Donkey, special summon a Performapal from hand or grave, help Princess, allows herself to summon again. That's automatically 3 on board, right then and there. But if you do it right, you can, if you have 2 Help Princess in it, you can go Help Princess to the Friend Donkey summon, then to the Friend Donkey's effect summon, and then the summon of the resummon. So that's 4 on board. You can mass remove 4 cards off the board with that, which is really nice. I play 2 recasting, Performapal recasting. Basically, it's an Ignite Reload for a deck. You can activate 1 per turn, though, of course. Reveal any number of Performapal monsters from hand, shuffle them into a deck, and draw that many cards plus 1. Pretty nice. Yeah, like I said, pretty much an Ignite Reload. I run 2 Illusion Balloons. This card's pretty interesting. Basically, when your monster's destroyed, doesn't matter how it is, battle or card effect, doesn't matter if it's your opponent or you. So this is an interesting play I found. I'll show you in a second, but you can excavate the top 5 cards of your library and then special summon a Performapal monster you find there, and then shuffle the rest back into your deck. So the cool thing I found about this is you have Skyris on the field, which is your field spell, obviously. You Skyris a monster, and then quick play Illusion Balloons to the chain of searching. So Illusion Balloons will go off first because it's on the chain, it's top of the chain. And Illusion Balloons you'll excavate, find a Performapal, activate it, or special summon it. Then you'll shuffle, and then you'll just go into the next step is search out your Odd Eyes card. You'll continue from there. You have 1 Odd Eyes Advent for Odd Eyes Gravity. You have a Polymerization for your Rune Eyes, basically. You have a Twin Twisters, and 1 Raigeki for spells. That's your spells. Three command performance for the traps. This card basically says you can switch all your opponent's monsters to defense position when you control a Performapal monster. It doesn't matter if it's during attack or anything. But the fun part is they can't switch back till the end of the turn. So even if it's not during attack, as long as they're on the field still, they can't switch back. So if they just summoned it and they're not getting rid of it somehow, like if they're not going into their overlay, that monster can't switch back no matter what. Even if it didn't declare an attack or something, they can't try to switch it back because this card will negate that switching. It's pretty nice. And then 3 Performapal Call. This card basically negates a direct attack and searches out your 2 Performapals equal to whose total defense are equal to or less than the attack of the direct attack amount of the monster the attack points of the monsters declaring the direct attack against you. And then that is traps. Our extra deck lineup. Right now, this is what we have, but I still have a few things we're collecting for the deck. As Alucard is in the main deck. I'm still looking for rank 3s. I'm still looking for wind-up Zen mains. That's it for the main deck, basically. Also looking for a... Also need for my rank 4s, I have 3 cards I'm running. I only have 2 of them right now, but I am looking for 1 more, as I said. I have a Castell, a Dark Rebellion, and the third one is one specifically. It is a Heartland Draco. Most people don't see the tech as often, but Heartland Draco is actually really good because Pendulum Scales do count as face-up continuous spells. And because of which, that means that Heartland Draco is protected because of them. And with Skyris on the field too, Skyris protects your Pendulum Zones while it's on the field. being targeted, so it protects it from like twin twisters and stuff. So the only way to get rid of it is like mass removal from like eradication, epidemic virus or something. So it kind of comes in real handy with like that kind of thing, or heavy storm or something, which heavy storm's not even legal, so you know. Next up is our rank 7s. So right now we only have these, which is pretty much all we're going to be running for now. 1 Rebellion, Odd Eyes. The 2 Absolute Dragons. And the 1 Red Eyes Flare. I'm debating putting in a Big Eye. I probably will. Whenever I find one that I'll use. Running a Beast Eyes and Rune Eyes. I'll be putting in a Vortex Dragon soon. Go with the Absolute play. Even though I'm not running any tuners, I am running a Meteor Burst just because of the fact that I run 2 Absolute. I have the chance to get out this guy and get out Vortex with 2 Absolutes without any use for any Pendulum, or without any use for any tuners in any case at all. So with this, I don't need any tuners to get out at any point in my deck. So it's really nice. I can basically bring him out without needing anything to summon him. Just Absolute Dragon will do the work for me, and it's really nice because that basically gives me a synchro without the requirements. So, comes in handy. Well, that's basically my deck build. The other card I was looking for, as I said, was Vortex. So, that basically makes up the entire deck. I am thinking about running Odd Eyes Fusion. I'm pretty sure I will be running it because it also helps get out Rune Eyes and Beast Eyes as an option. I'm also, believe it or not, thinking about running an interesting play, Curse of Dragonfire and 5-Headed Dragon in the deck. Because they can actually be played in this deck very easily if you play it right. I was playtesting this deck the other day, and actually, believe it or not, I managed to summon 5 with Curse of Dragonfire in the deck, which I have one. I was playtesting it with a copy of it in it. I managed to get 5 copies, and I had the perfect setup for 5-Headed Dragon on field in that turn. With against a crazy it was really crazy match. It was a mirror match, and I had the board set up so I could actually get it was Rune Eyes and Beast Eyes, Meteor Burst, and Absolute and Curse of Dragonfire were on board, was what it was. So basically I had the perfect setup to go into 5-Headed Dragon right then and there, but I didn't have 5-Headed Dragon in the extra deck. I'm concerned running it because, with that kind of board state, I could easily go into it and have another beater on board with 5k, and really threatening, actually. So anyway, that's basically a thought for me to think about, and something for you guys to look into and think, another idea for your noggin, another interesting thought for you to chew on, and just something for you to think about. So, while you think about that, have a nice day, and hope you guys check out some more videos. Thank you, and have a nice day.